flammable liquids. I suppose we all know the word flammable. It means catches fire and burns quickly. So when you see that word on a tank or drum, be sure of one thing. If you don't keep it away from sparks or flames, you're putting yourself in danger. One fact that surprises many people is that these liquids themselves don't actually burn. It's their vapors that catch fire. All liquids release vapors when exposed to air. So, if you have an open container of any flammable liquid, its vapors are already in the air, right above the surface. That vapor-air mix is what ignites. When a match is lit near an open can of gasoline, you already know that fire is simply rapid oxidation. The vapor combines with oxygen in the air. No air, no oxygen, no fire. But here's something else. If there's not enough vapor in the mix, it won't burn. Each substance has different limits. For gasoline, it needs between 1.5% and 6% vapor in the air to burn, depending on the grade. Below 1.5%, the mix is too weak. Above 6%, it's too rich. The lowest concentration that can burn is called the lower explosive limit, LEL. The highest is the upper explosive limit, UEL. The range between the two is the explosive range. For gasoline, it's 1.5% to 6%. For carbon disulfide, it's much wider, 1% to 44%. The wider and lower the range, the easier it is to reach explosive conditions. Another key factor is volatility. How fast the liquid evaporates. At room temperature, around 21 degrees Celsius or 70 degrees Fahrenheit, the more volatile the liquid, the more vapor it releases per minute or per hour, which means a larger explosive mix and a stronger blast if ignited. Outdoors, vapor-air mixtures usually create only a flash or small flame. But indoors, in a building or tank, pressure can rise in a split second and cause massive damage. The tank or even the whole building could explode. So, if you need to use flammable liquids, like alcohol, gasoline, or cleaning fluids, and they can easily evaporate, take them outside. For ongoing jobs that release vapors, like spray painting, use ventilation systems to extract vapors quickly. Water spray exhaust systems are often helpful too. Mixtures richer than the upper limit won't burn unless more air gets in. But in most cases, air does get in eventually, and then a spark or heat can trigger ignition. Vapor spreads even when air is still. If you spill gasoline in a closed room, by the next day, the vapor will have filled the space. Gasoline vapor is 2.5 times heavier than air, so it stays near the floor. Other solvents have even heavier vapors. They settle in pits, basements, and low spaces. So with a heavy vapor, there could be an explosive layer along the floor, even if the upper area seems clear. If a flame or spark hits, it can sweep across the floor like lightning. Whether the building explodes or just burns depends on how much vapor is there. In some cases, only a few windows might blow out. When the liquid is sealed in a drum or tank, it's usually too rich to burn. But if it's spilled, and vapors are left behind, then enough air may enter to create a dangerous explosive mix. Here's a true story. A mechanic wanted to weld a small section of a 55-gallon drum that had held naphtha. He left it open overnight to air out. The next day, he lit his torch, and the drum exploded. He went straight to the hospital. Why? Overnight, just enough air entered the drum to bring the vapor concentration into the explosive range. The safe way is to remove vapors completely, or fill the drum with hot water and detergent. Handle flammable liquids with care, and you won't have problems.